Hello and welcome to episode 12 of MAYTHREE, CLRI Design and Fashion Studio connecting with you. Most of us have been working from home for more than a year now. Getting back to office after a significant amount of time can feel a little strange and even boring for some, while others are longing to be back in the office. Either way, taking some time to prep before getting back can help you feel more confident. Getting back to work in style with the hottest styles of footwear this season, with the footwear you need in 2021 for an up-to-date, stylish and comfortable workwear wardrobe. TRESMODE, since inception, is revolutionizing the way one perceives footwear. A good pair of shoes is not just another piece in your wardrobe, but an addition to your lifestyle and investment in your personal style. Let us hear Mr. Kapil Mehtani of TRESMODE speak.
Sadiq ji and CLRI, first thank you for having us on the show. We're highly grateful to you. We oblige. I must congratulate you for the great work you've been doing. I've seen past versions of the show. It's brilliant and congratulations again. Let's start off with introducing me and my brand. I'm Kapil Mehtani. I'm the CEO of TRESMODE. We started back in 2007 as we wanted to actually serve the fashion-forward consumer and try to be more on the mid-market segment. Unfortunately, back then the mid-market segment was very small and it was price sensitive. We got a spot amongst the celebrity favorites and we kept going that way. However, in the last 15 years, what we saw is that segment we always strive to be part of today has changed. It's evolved. Consuming. The middle class today has become one of the largest consumers of fashion. They're well exposed, social media has played their role, their travel has played their role, and today they're par global consumers, So they want the best global products, they want the best value, and that's what we've been doing. We've been adapting to their needs and their requirements, and we've evolved totally over these years, and we're bringing, we could say you're bringing the fashion of the catwalks in London, Milan, Paris to their feet, and without any lag, if they see it in spring, summer, 21 and the fashion shows are held in Jan, they technically want that product on their feet by June. So it's been a wonderful journey. It's been a tough journey. It's been an exciting journey, and I'm sure it will continue to be. So yeah. So the Indian consumer. Let's start off with the women consumer. So the women consumer, being price sensitive, because they love to have multiple pairs and they're price sensitive. They seldom choose to indulge in high price footwear, and so leather is not their preferred choice. It's always synthetics, both for the pricing point of view, and synthetics you could play a lot more with the material finishes, because it's a synthetic material. It's much easier to work finishes, looks, and those materials are also more versatile. So the women generally tend to buy a lot more synthetic footwear compared to leather footwear, and the men, on the other hand, they consume fewer pairs, they buy less frequently, they expect their shoes to last longer. So they prefer simple looks, colors, and leather is their preferred choice. In fact, it's one of the most common statement or common question the consumer would ask the sales associate at the store is this genuine leather? Because what's happening over the last 2 decades, the salespeople have been fooling consumers saying, oh, it's synthetic leather, and the consumer, also not being so aware at that point of time, has been fooled. But today they're aware, they know, and they do appreciate genuine leather compared to synthetic shoes. So it's a mix. You have women who want to have the synthetics, you have men who want to have the leather, and they're both very different price points, different buying objectives, and different products. So that's how the consumption happens across materials and consumers. TRESMODE and the Indian consumer. So TRESMODE started for the Indian consumer, will always remain for the Indian consumer, and we born for and will be for the Indian consumer. What's this Indian consumer? This Indian consumer is an unbelievable consumer. It's one of the most demanding, one of the most fashion forward, and one of the most value conscious consumer across the globe. So the Indian consumer generally has such a high IQ that they want to have the best product at the best price, and they're happy to explore to ensure they get the best deal. Well, that's one of the great things, and that's what keeps brands on their toe all the time. That keeps us on our toes. We need to keep inventing, we need to keep reworking our products, try to get the right pricing, try to get the right product, try to get this thing. They're today one of the fastest changing consumers. I think India is one of the youngest consumption by age, by demographics. I think we're one of the youngest population consuming, and that makes us one of the most aware, because you're well connected, you're on social media, you're tech savvy, you're evolved, and that's the Indian consumer. They're willing to shop across platforms, whether it's retail, whether it's online. Within online also they'll explore various platforms to ensure they get the best deal. So it doesn't necessarily need to be the lowest price, it needs to be the best product for the price. The Indian consumer doesn't change shoes as often as the global counterpart, so the product also has to be of great quality and has great durability. They don't have so many pair of shoes, and the usage of each shoe is far more than what the global peers have. They're happy to explore, they love to explore, they're happy to change, they try, and that's one of the greatest things. So it gives the brand an opportunity to keep experimenting, and they're always open to accept. Sadiq ji, we got to congratulate you for the great job you've been doing, downloading to us fashion trends. It's never been as useful as today. Earlier we had the opportunity to travel overseas, understand what's happening in Europe, understand color patterns, color shades, Pantone colors, what's trending, and everything. But now, as you know, with travel limited, exposure limited, it's impossible to collate information to create great collections. But we have to congratulate you, the great work you've done, the kind of research you've done to create the color cards, the trends, all that, and sending it to us, downloading it to us. It's priceless. Without this we would be lost. There would be no innovation for the next years. We would not know what directions to take, what colors to use, and like I said, it's priceless, and we're highly grateful. I think you're doing a great job on this front, and please continue doing it, because eventually it keeps us in business and it keeps the consumer inspired. Thank you very much. In regards to where we available, pre-COVID we were available technically everywhere. You talk about big cities, small cities, large formats, online, everything. COVID has really changed where we're available. We're available on our website, we're available on Amazon. We're running a smaller set of stores. Right now we're running about 6 stores, and one's at Hyderabad Airport, one's at Delhi Select City Walk, one's at Linking Road, Mumbai, one's at Phoenix Mills, which continues to remain shut now during the second wave of COVID, at Chennai Express Avenue. So that's where we're available right now, and with limited travel, limited exposure, limited moving out, the website business is where we see the traction. Okay. Forward. How do we see the brand going forward? Well, we see ourselves opening up to a lot more cities than we did earlier. We see ourselves serving tier 1, tier 2. We see that consumer not only because of a digital consumption. We see that consumer moving up. We see the consumer getting more evolved, the consumer getting more aware, the consumer wanting to consume fashion. They're getting as good or as well dressed as the city consumers. they're aware, they also have a lot of disposable income, and they're willing to experiment more than anything else. The mindset has come in, they don't really need to just hoard up the money or whatever. So they're willing to experiment, they've got the money, and now they want to just go and live life. So we set tier 1, tier 2, evolving to a different standard. So that's the way we see ourselves going forward. Which channels we're going to be available on going forward? Too early to say. We don't know how we're going to come back after COVID, whether offline retail is going to bounce back or whether it's just going to die on. So those are challenges we got to wait and watch. We don't know as yet, but let's see how things unfold. Let's see how we get back to normalcy, and then we'll find out what the new tomorrow holds for us.